40 years after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, and the dogs are genetically distinct.
Researchers used blood samples to pinpoint genetic differences between dogs in the Chernobyl exclusion zone and in surrounding areas. These findings may help scientists understand the effects of radiation on large mammals, including humans. It's been almost 40 years since the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in Ukraine, and hundreds of stray dogs roam the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and many of these pups are the descendants of pets left by families fleeing the disaster, and the lack of human influence in the area has allowed them to flourish. Now researchers are studying the potential effects of long-term radiation on these dogs, and they just discovered that those living within the 18-mile nuclear exclusion zone are genetically distinct from other dogs. And while scientists have previously examined smaller creatures, like birds, insects, and amphibians, this is the first study to examine the potential effects of radiation on large-bodied animals. What's more, researchers believe that their findings may help scientists understand what long-term radiation might mean for humans. From 2017 to 2019, researchers collected blood samples from these populations, as well as from free-breeding dogs in other parts of Ukraine and other countries, and tested them for genetic irregularities. According to the study, the researchers found significantly lower levels of genetic diversity among dogs in Pripyat, a nearby city that was abandoned after the disaster. This population was distinct, even from those living in cities mere miles away. The research also suggests that the dogs from the farther cities rarely bred with the dogs closer to the power plant. Although the study notes that physical barriers between cities in the area could have contributed to the variation in genetic diversity, researchers hypothesize that the long-term exposure to radiation could explain why the dogs in the Chernobyl exclusion zone are genetically distinct. Scientists hope that future studies will show more definitive effects of radiation on dog populations in and around Chernobyl, such as how their genetic differences may impact their health, behavior, and appearance over time. Further research may also help scientists learn about genetic mutations that help animals survive radiation. Hopefully, future testing of Chernobyl dogs will also reveal the potential effects of radiation on people. The dog's survival, despite long-term nuclear exposure, is remarkable for another reason. Immediately after the Chernobyl disaster, Ukrainian government officials launched a pet calling program, citing concerns that the dogs would unnecessarily suffer and spread the contamination to other areas. Thankfully, the program was not successful in completely killing the dog population, and now scientists and guards are finding a silver lining in the dog's presence in the area. While researchers are preparing to conduct future tests, organizations like the Clean Future Fund are working to neuter, spay, feed, and vaccinate the dogs in Chernobyl, ensuring that they are well cared for. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and hit follow. And remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.